in REBT, not RIP or REP. R stands for rational, E stands for emotive, B stands for behavioral, and T stands for therapy. And it's the person like frustrated thinking. And that's like the little cycle of how do we think, the things we do, and why we do them. And I will start off with the quote. When we feel, we think and act. When we act, we feel and think. And when we think, we feel and act. Albert Ellis. And I will explain this quote more in my third main point. Albert Ellis was the creator of REBT, and that is his wife. Both of them like studied enough to like process this therapy. Albert started this, developed REBT in the mid 1950s, and he first used this therapy on himself. He went out in the streets asking different girls on dates, and then he asked, and most random people, of course, say no because they don't know him. And then after that, he went home. He reflected on the responses of women told him, and then according to that, like he made a little chart, which is the ABC of REP, which I will explain on my third point. And then from that, he's like, okay, this is what women told me. This is what I believe of what I believe of myself, and this is like the conclusion about how he felt. REBT is based on the principles that when we become upset, it's not the event that is taking place in our lives that upset us, but it's the belief we have about the events. This could be found on the REBT network, and published in 2006. And the way that REP could be used is for emotional problems like depression. It could also be used in marriage counseling, and REP has a unique approach to common therapeutic problems of low esteem. And the clinical experiences and growing of supplying experiments, evidence show that REP is effective and efficient at reducing emotional problems. And now that I have talked about REP, I will explain to you the ABCs of REP. Every letter stands for something. A is for the acting event, B is the belief, and C is the consequence. And now I would like to do an example of a REP. Anyone wants to give me a situation?
Buying a car.
Okay. Okay. I will use the one that my it's not many people have a car here, so it's not very practical with everyone. I'm gonna use the example that my health and human service teacher used. George Abraham. He used this because most of us have been in a relationship, right? Yeah. Well, he said A is the action. Okay, let's say that your girlfriend or your boyfriend breaks up with you, and they tell you, okay, we're done, we're through. I don't want you anymore. It's not you, it's me. Okay, what is your belief about that? An irrational person would think, oh no, they're just confused, they still love me. A rational person is okay, it's okay, it's not the end of the world, I will find someone else. And if you think irrational, it's like, oh no, I'm so depressed, I cannot go out anymore. And a rational person is like, okay, I'll move on, I will find someone better in life. And that's how the ABC theory works. And this is a little chart that could help you. A and the ones, the A1, B2, C1, it's a rational way of thinking how you can process your rational. And the A2, B2, C2 is the ways of thinking irrational. For example, you're in danger, for this class, okay, we all panic about giving a speech. So we're thinking, oh no, we're gonna die, we're gonna faint, because you feel like you're not prepared. It's a rational way of thinking. It's okay, I did my information, I got everything I had to do, I will do good in this presentation, which will lead you to actually do great in the presentation. And now that I have talked to you about the creator of RBT and what RBT is, and explained to you about the ABCs, I will proceed with my conclusion. In conclusion, today we learned about how Dr. Ellis created RBT and what RBT is, and most important, the ABCs of RBT. So now that we have learned about RBT, we will know that it is not the actions that causes what we feel, but the beliefs we have about that action. What disturbs man's mind is not the events, but their judgment on the events. So now, like when you think about an action that happens to you, something that happens to you, it is not the action, but it's what you believe about the action that would, in conclusion, give you what you feel. That's all.